Guys, welcome back. This is the Screenwriting Storytelling Lab with Coder J. This is Module 2B. We're back and we're going to continue with our current screenwrite. We're working on this log line exercise. We're still in the beginning stages of our course path and we're going to keep working on everything. This is an action thriller, right? It's a thriller. It is action. It is an action thriller genre exercise. The log line is there. We worked on this in module 2. Now we're in module 2B. We're continuing from there. We're also going to talk about what it takes to write a story from beginning to end. So by module 10, I mentioned this before, by module 10, we're going to be writing a story from beginning to end. But today, in this module here, I'll talk about how to do that in theory. Then we're going to continue writing out our log line, as you can see there. We're going to write the rest of the exercise, a few more pages, which means a few more minutes. Right, so a page is a minute on screen, 12 point font for the Courier New here is what we're dealing with. We're zoomed in nicely. We work with what I'm calling tabs to get things aligned. We've talked about all of that already. So guys, welcome back. This is the community. This is the community with Coder J for you to write your screenplays. So again, welcome back here. And I know you're doing a good job. This is the beginning of a path of writing that I've been doing for years now. I've been doing general purpose writing for a while now, creative writing for a while now. So again, welcome back. And I want to quickly talk about our theme for module 2B. Okay, this is the community where you're going to learn how to write these screenplays. I'm pretty confident that you've joined a very good community and that you're going to learn a lot. You'll get, the takeaway from this course is just very good for you at this point. I'm pretty confident that you're going to receive a lot sticking with the community, staying with everything one step at a time, one module at a time. So why don't we talk about the next thing here in our course, course path. Right. So we know about our story, our creative process. We talked about good third person narrative action lines. We want the twists and the turns to really play out as we write our stories. So we're getting ready to work through all of that. So, and again, let's see what it takes before we continue writing our exercise. What does it take to write a story from beginning to end? Okay, I've done that many times. I've written action thrillers from beginning to end many times. That's just the example that I've got on the screen. The hero has a problem. He's fighting through a situation. And you're writing from beginning to end about 2 hours worth for the screen. So you get to do that work with me. You get to write alongside Coder J here to experience that and to continually do that, right? So this is not the only time, many opportunities, a lot of repetition for you to continue the work. A lot of work for us to do, guys. So how do you build a story from beginning to end? Your goal. You must have a goal. Learn how to build the screenplay story. It's a clear beginning, middle, and end structure. Okay, and we've done that already. We've done a little bit of that in our log line and exercises. A clear beginning. This is the part where it gets exciting. The clear beginning says, build the story, build the dialogue, be creative. Nothing exists yet. So from your experience in the real world, the physics from the real world are then transferred to the physics of the fiction world, right? So you start the thinking process there. Make it real for the physics of that world, right? So it's all the same foundation. It's all about foundational work here. Where we're at the foundation, right? The ground. So the key idea, we're building these screenplays on action and change. Okay, so what are these characters doing? Okay, we are doing the third person narrative. These characters that we have created so far through our exercises. So you have something to that you have worked with already. So these characters are doing something. They're saying something. They're showing emotion. There we go, right? The emotion, the parentheticals that we've been working on, right? So we're making our way and making progress. So we've got the world, we've got the fiction world, the physics of your fiction world. We introduce that, we're in there. We have main characters, life begins to change, map to normal life. This is the beginning setup. The beginning setup is based on a lot of what we've been doing with these log lines here. The beginning setup, right? The story from beginning to end here. Goal, problem. Twist, turns, incidents, right? What's disrupting the flow? And we'll get to that some more here with our current story there, right? So we will continue that shortly. In the middle, there's confrontation. So today we'll probably, get to some kind of confrontation. Got to solve the problem. Got some obstacles or risks, some risk taking, character struggle, of course. Why does everything get harder for our, our special force guy here in our story, right? So we are continuing here in a minute. This is where we are. We're about to jump into our lab as always. So guys, again, stick with the course, the community. Let's stay together. Let's work together. This is Coder J working alongside you. There's a lot to do, a lot for us to gain here. Strong community we can build here. So the resolution, right? Showing the outcome, the climax, the decision, the action. There's a problem, like, dealing with these bad guys here. The problem is he didn't do anything wrong. So he has to fight his way through as what would be the action hero of the story. He's the action hero in the action thriller. And we're expecting him to really fight his way through this and solve it. We're expecting him to really solve it. And let's write some descriptive things. Let's write some good descriptive narrative, third person action lines for an action thriller. Okay. So I think we're getting the idea here, guys. So we're going to read through what we have so far. Let's review here in module 2B. Welcome back to Coder J's lab, Coder J's writing lab for screenplays and storytelling here. That's what it's all about. That's my main focus as we talk it through. Okay, so you have a title, 3 tabs. It's called tab 8. Tab 8 means 8 spaces. Tab 4 means 4 spaces. Get the title on 3 tab 8s. Get the thriller action on 2 tabs and a half. That is tab 8, tab 8, tab 4. Written by you. That's a tab 4 after tab 8. Your name. Logline. After witnessing a terminal situation on the remote coastal cliffs, a disgraced ex-special forces operative becomes the target of a relentless manhunt and must expose a conspiracy before the killers erase every witness. So he's dealing with some bad guys, right? Those are the bad guys. We can, keep it simple here. You want to keep it nice and general, not too concentrated just yet, the bad guys, right? Keep it light. Okay. So you can, modify as we go along. We got a action hero facing bad guys. We're fading in to the coastal cliffs and the sunset. A lone figure stands at the edge. A Vera Vale, a woman in her 30s, and she's holding that leather journal. The waves crash just below the rocks. Dialogue, okay? So we know our dialogue, we know our parenthetical. I didn't think you would have actually shown up here. I was about to leave. The waves are making louder crash noises in the distance. Gavin, a man in his mid-40s, is standing right there. I really need your help if there ever was a time. We can start making modifications if you want. Remember, this is a rough draft from Module 2. Evera, Gavin, you don't need to start that right now. I'm afraid I don't understand. They're after me. I know they're after you. So what do you want me to do? Eagerly, right? I want you to call some people. We talked about this. This is not like you're out of character. You're always so composed and ready for the battle. Gavin, not looking impressed, starts pacing around the rocky area. Do you realize if we don't act now, Gavin, your special forces, find a way out, get yourself out of this mess. What's wrong with you, right? Did you bring the thing I asked you to bring? I have the maps. So they're meeting on the coastal cliffs in kind of a discreet kind of way, dealing with the situation. Gavin, reaching for the maps, is able to grab them quickly. Okay, so let's continue. Vera continued. Well, that's rude. These are not the maps I requested. Okay, so you're going to continue to, to write. Okay, we're in the writing lab. Who do you think I am? Who do you think I am? Did I not meet your expectations? What's next? My resume or something like that, right? What's next? You want a report on your desk? My resume. What, Gavin? Like that. See? I just need you to get focused here very quickly. I have a situation. These guys are after me. I've known you, right? I've known the typical dialogue in these action films, I've known you for a while. We've worked together. Okay. Let's see. Gavin paces a bit more and holds the back of his neck. Okay. What can I do? We're here, right? So here we go. Suddenly, a loud noise is heard in the near distance. Okay, so a loud noise is heard in the near distance. Gavin and Vera, professionals in their field of work, appear to know what they have to do as they find cover behind a rock. Stay down. Okay, so Vera, and of course we'll go back over 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go back over something 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so again, don't tell me you brought them here. So we'll find a, of course, a parenthetical for that, and I will look for something really cool for that kind of, dry comment, like fearless kind of attitude, something like that. So it's kind of like, kind of like a, I don't know. I just kind of work through your adverbs, and we'll figure out what we want to put there. It could be, it could be a set of them. You can have a group of them that work. Just choose what you think is best. So for sake of time, I want the best for that because I think she's being really cool there. There's a situation, there's a noise. Gavin knows something. They know something's happening. These guys are there, the bad guys, and she's super cool about it. So I'm getting into the characters now. These characters are awesome. I like the way this one is turning out. So this is how you should feel when you write these stories. It's pretty cool. Just get into the zone. That's what you're going to find here. Just try to find some time with Coder J to write a good story. So calmly. Okay, I'll start with that one. I like this character. So you're gonna get to the point where you like your characters and stuff. You get attached to the characters and your stories, and that's what makes it cool. So you have calmly. Let's see, calmly. We've got kind of like dryly, maybe. So you can do this kind of thing right here. That's pretty cool, right? Don't tell me you brought them here. Gavin, like that. Right, don't look at me. Just stay down, something like that. So we can do something here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Carefully. All right. So you can mix and match and keep it going, keep it flowing, right? And now we can go back to our third person narrative. A few men, bad guys, are skimming the rocks nearby, moving closer as if they know where Vera and Gavin are. These are men of large stature, determined to find something. Okay, so now we get to review what we've written so far in our log line exercise. So where did we leave off? This is kind of what it looks like so far. This is the absolute base ground of what we're going to be doing continually in this course, getting you ready to really, make that next screen write and film. For those of you that are heading in that direction, this is a very good community to be a part of, and some good lab work that you can access and continually do. It's really good for those of you that are here, that are on the path. It's good. Good for you to be here. I'm pretty confident you'll really get that boost from this lab here with me. And again, welcome, right? So I can't stress that enough as we continue to work together. So let's keep going here. Gavin, Avera, grab them quickly. Continued all these constructs that we're going to go over, at least by module 5, we'll really have a grasp of everything I'll discuss and everything in more detail. At least by then, of course, things will really and should be a lot clearer. We should be moving smoothly and, flowing nicely here. Who do you think I am? Do I need to meet your expectations? What's next? You want to report on your desk, my resume? What, Gavin? Okay, I just need you to get focused here very quickly. I have a situation. These guys are after me. I've known you for a while. We've worked together. Gavin paces a bit more and holds the back of his neck. Okay, what can I do? We're here. Okay, so they're just going back and forth here. Suddenly, a loud noise is heard in the near distance. So, some dramatic effect there. Gavin and Avera, professionals in their field of work, appear to know what they have to do as they find cover behind a big rock. Stay down. Calmly, dryly. Don't tell me you brought them here. Gavin. Don't tell me you brought them here. Gavin, like that. Come on, carefully. Don't look at me. Just stay down, And so a few men, bad guys, are skimming the rocks, moving closer as if they know where Avera and Gavin are. These are men of large stature, determined to find something. So Gavin quickly reaches for a few items in his pocket. He has, a knife and a few other defensive items. He is moving around in a swift manner. 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Right? More dialogue. What are you doing? Getting ready for something. You'll see. Okay, so he's talking, they're speaking together. There's Gavin there carefully, and Vera there as well. And we're going to, I don't think I understand. Why don't you just join me like old times, right? So now that sets up something new for us as writers to understand the action thriller, that an action thriller will have an action sequence. So we're going to begin an action sequence right away, and this is how we do this, right? This is how we get the spontaneous things to happen. Okay, so let's see where we are. Action sequence, we will work on that now. Okay, so we have some action sequence things going on here. Why don't you just join me like old times? That means we've got a situation here on the coastal rocks. So that's where we still are, actually. The scene hasn't really changed. Coastal cliffs there. So let's finish out our exercise with an action sequence. And that's how we're going to finish out our module 2B for this exercise, for this module. And should be kind of fun. Should be cool for everybody. All right. So there we go. Now, we've done a lot of good work so far. Look at how quickly things build. And this is what I was saying earlier. I was saying this in earlier modules, as we are still at the beginning of the path here, still early. Module 10, things pick up. We're only on module 2. Let's keep going. Action sequence for an action thriller. These are very common, as you may know. So how many men do we have, right? We're building, we're in the lab, we can reference and stuff like that. A few men, bad guys, just give me the rocks, move it closer, as if they know where they are. These are men of large stature, determined to find something. Gavin quickly reaches for a few items in his pocket. He has a knife and a few other defensive items or things. He's moving around in a swift manner. Gavin, what are you doing? Hello, are you there? Yeah, getting ready for something. You'll see. I don't think I understand. I mean, so she kind of knows him and kind of knows his whole. He's on to him. She's on to him. She knows him well. Why don't you just join me like old times? So we know that they are together in some way, and immediately we're introduced to an action sequence. Okay, so two men jump forward aggressively. All right. So we know they are two men of those bad guys. Okay. All right, so let's see. Okay, Gavin composed is able to get into a defensive posture. Okay, let's move on to the next one there. Is also showing a defensive posture as if there is a familiar familiar acceptance of what's happening here. Right, so they kind of know what they're doing. They know that they got to take their position against these two men. All right, so one man throws a punch as he lunges towards Gavin. Gavin, with pure quickness, is able to neutralize the punch. Gavin, pulls the man, this man on his shoulder, and slams him to the ground. This is the action sequence. Okay, let's see here. We're dealing with the other attacker throws a high kick. Okay, so let's action sequence. Keep everything spaced nicely. So let's keep going. And we'll review our action sequence for any mistakes, and we're just writing now. End action sequence at the end there, of course, will be ended. We end the action sequence and continue as normal. This attacker evades, but Vera throws a spinning sidekick. This man is down, and the other attacker is also down. Okay. All right, so a quick little action sequence. We could do more with that later in a different setting. But it's only an exercise to see how that plays out. And action sequence, stand, poised and ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's get our tab 8 going here to help us get back to alignment. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how important those tab 8s are? We need to get back to alignment. I mean that. See that? We don't know where we are. We're further along now. Realign. Okay. Use your tab 8s to realign if you're kind of in all this white space and we have nothing to reference. Oh no, right? You see? So with Coder J, you've got that guy that you're working with. Let's continue to work together. Okay, guys, welcome back. I mean, just welcome. I mean, we're here, right? Let's see what's going on right now. We're on the coastal cliffs, action thriller. I didn't see that coming. What's going on? What is going on? What's going on? Gavin, what did you do? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I told you. I get it. They're after you. I get it. They're after you. Gavin, I get it. They're both ploys. They're introduced now as these awesome fighters as part of the action story. Tab 8s are awesome, by the way. Okay. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's see what's going on. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Something like that, right? So here we go. Now we get to externally city building, morning. A man with a tall man is walking to a tall building. He wears a sharp suit. He wears a sharp he wears sharp clothing, whatever that is. I mean, I don't know. I don't know yet. All right. So we were still thinking it through. So Sarge is someone who's introduced here as we cut to something in the city. So Sarge is somebody who's part of something. He may be some bad guy that is maybe going to a meeting in relation to the failed attempt on the cliff, on the coastal cliffs, right? Remember? So this is how we're writing. I mean, this is what we have to do, guys. We don't know yet. We're still creating the story. You're still creating the story with me. You're the screenwriter in Coder J's lab, working to increase your skill right now. Welcome again. Here we go. See all of this already. Just wait till we get to our first project. All right, we got some awesome characters in this one. I personally like the way this one came out. I personally like these characters. I like the environment, real time here. I like the way this one came out. These characters seem cool to me. Good genre too, right? Okay, so Gavin quickly reaches for a few items in his pocket. He has a knife and a few other defensive things. He's moving around in a swift manner. I don't see any grammar issues. If we find some, we'll fix it immediately, obviously. Gavin, what are you doing? Hello, are you there? Getting ready for something, you'll see. I don't think I understand. Why don't you just join me like old times? Interesting communication. Awesome. Immediately, there's an action sequence. Two men jump forward aggressively. Gavin, composed, is able to get into a defensive posture. Okay, Vera is also showing a defensive posture as if there is a familiar acceptance of what is happening here. So we know that they got a history of fighting and action hero stuff, One man throws a punch and he lunges towards Gavin. Gavin, with pure quickness, is able to neutralize the punch. Gavin pulls this man on his shoulder and slams him to the ground. Awesome, man. Avera, dealing with the other attacker, throws a high kick. This attacker evades, but Avera throws a spinning side kick. This man is down, and the other attacker is also down. End action sequence. See? Gavin and Avera stand poised and ready. Okay? All right, so that was awesome, actually. Okay? Gavin and Avera stand poised and ready. Avera, I didn't see that one coming. What's going on? Gavin, what did you do? All right, so you can add a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do a parenthetical here. You know, something like that. You know, just kind of keep it flowing. Again, I didn't do anything. I told you I get it. They're after you. Let's get out of here. Okay. You know, let's get out of here, right? So, things look good there. Not much to change. There's always something to modify with the English. I mean, I'm not seeing any grammar issues right now, but that's fine. We're just, creating the story right now, spontaneously, real time, rough draft, right? I didn't see that one coming. What's going on? I didn't do anything. Let's get out of here. Cut to the city building morning. Sarge, a tall man, is walking into a tall building. He wears sharp clothing. So now you can just finish our log line exercise, and we'll just kind of finish up with Sarge here to kind of give you an idea of how to flow into the next scene. 1, 2. Okay, we are in the next scene, so I'm going to use our technique. I'll use our tab 8s. We know where Sarge goes. See, that's why I like my tab 8s. Guys, you're only going to get tab 8 from Coder J. Tab 8 is a Coder J lab thing, okay, that allows you and helps you to align your characters. So you can thank me later on that. It's going to come in useful for you later on. I'm telling you, when you're dealing with that next film that you're going to create, you're going to be like, yeah, tab 8. Awesome, because it's all about alignment. See? Only from the lab with Coder J, of course, right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a parenthetical here. He can have one. So Sarge is introduced. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Dialogue starts on the second tab. Did he arrive yet? There's a man. There's a man standing there. Okay, we'll just finish up here, guys. We talked about doing a story from beginning to end in theory, but we're just going to stop here for our exercise, as we have discussed in these early modules. Not quite ready to finish a story just yet. Just, we're still breaking the ground. Still, for those early joiners here, those that have joined, still learning, right? There's a man standing there. So we'll take it one step at a time for those that are still learning. Okay? No rush. I'm going to keep working on it. I've been doing this for a while now. Okay? I've been doing general purpose writing for a while. I've written full screenplays. I've written books. I've coded for games. I'm Coder J, so I code for games. You got to write a screenplay for games too. So it all kind of comes together in the end. So I'm the general purpose writer who's been there, and the purpose for this community is for you to get involved and to receive that skill set. So, you're joining the community and you're going to get something out of it. There's a man standing there. Okay, remember our third person narrative descriptions, right? There's a man standing there. Wearing a hat. His name, some name. And some name, it doesn't matter. Just okay. 1, 2, 3, Han. No, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him yet. Sarge. You better see him soon. You get what I'm saying? So that's what's going on there. Let's see where we are. We'll just stop right here on shows an expression of concern at this time. So apparently these two guys are probably bad guys, and you'll know that as a writer. They're somehow involved. They may have sent those bad guys, and he's probably upset. Is he here yet? Are they here yet? But they just got beat up on the cliffs, right? By our two cool action heroes. Do you see what I'm saying? You see how cool that is? That's awesome. I love it. Creating the story, man. All right, let's step through it and see if there's anything we need to correct or whatever the case may be. On our last cut to. Okay, and then we'll get ready for module 3. Sarge, a tall man, is walking to a tall building. He wears sharp clothing. Did he arrive yet? Are they here yet? No, they're beat up on the rocks, man. And there's a man standing there wearing a hat. His name is Han. No, I haven't seen him yet. You better see him or them soon. You get what I'm saying? So Han shows an expression of concern at this time. All right, so you see how you can extend the screen, right? And here we are, right? So you better see him or them soon. You get what I'm saying? So we'll get back to that. We'll get back to our next log line soon and write something from beginning to end, at least by module 10. But this is how you really get started on these constructs, right? We're poised and we got parentheticals, and did you see that one coming? What's going on? What did you do? I didn't do anything. I told you. Get it. They're after you. Let's get out of here. Again, and our action sequence was awesome. The action sequence, end action sequence when you're done. And we are on the coastal cliffs. So that was our log line exercise for module 2. Guys, great work. I know you're writing alongside Coder J here. I know you're doing a great job. We're going to keep working on everything. Okay. So again, story from beginning to end. By module 10, we're going to get there. Trust me. But right now, in theory, you always start by building the story from the ground up. take what you know in your reality and put it into the physics of the fictional reality. It is a type of physics, it's a fictional reality that you can see, you know, and envision that we're on the coastal cliffs in the sunset and bad guys show up, and we know that Avera is awesome and is an action hero and does sidekicks. And that's awesome. So now we can beat up the bad guys and we know where we're going with the story. We have some characters that can take care of a situation. So now you have a story that you can write and title up. And so this exercise shows you something that you can, a story that you can build. But we're going to stop here. This was an exercise for us that can be written from beginning to end and become a full feature film, right? An action thriller. So, but we here use this as an exercise here in module 2B. So guys, great job. I'll see you next time.